Okay, go. Sorry, thank you.
I personally like it. I think it'd be simple and easy to do. You got three cool things going on there that I think would be easy to shoot. Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
I think in like when you're choosing your songs, you can almost incorporate your ideas together. Like if it comes to it, and if your ideas are really, really liked by your group, you could almost mix your ideas together. Like with the silhouettes of the artists, you could do that in both videos, and of course the dancing is quite similar. So I think it's really good that you've got they're contrasted, but they're also very similar, which I think is really good.
Yeah, a bit like what Jess said, I really like all the ideas, but I don't know how much like the guy in the chair and the girl dancing links with like a dancer in water. Like, I think they're both really cool, but I don't know if they like it would like interconnect.
I really like the incorporating of the black and gold into it, and I really think that it would be a really good colour scheme, like to have all three elements like with black and gold in it. With the exploding balloons, like you could have that in slow motion, which I think would look really cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
I really like the ideas of having like the silhouettes in the beginning, like you don't really know their identity, and then with the dance sequence again, I think it's really cool, and having that water element to add another like dimension to the music video, and then at the end I think with the whole like tied up to the chair and doing the choreography, I think it could be the same people throughout the entire music video, just like the same guy and the same girl throughout the entire thing, and I think like if you consider just be much more like serious and much more like dark at the end in terms of like when he's tied up, to make it like less, it could be easily comical and very like film noir type of like parody, and I think if it's done right it could look really good and fit in really well, and
Thank you.
I really like the idea. I especially like how the water on the bottom, but I think it might be hard for an audience to connect that with the other aspect of the guy being in the chair.
Okay.
I mean, I want to say the same thing about the slow motion. If you're in a phantom camera, if you know what that is, right, you can bring down the slow to times 10, times 20, times 30 when the gold dust is falling into. So it looks really nice in that kind of slow motion with good lights, right?
Cool. Thank you.
Cool. Very interesting. I'm not sure about the third element of the couple.
Okay.
Everything else, I don't know. I think you need to work on that slightly. I think the costume, him tied up, I think if it is in there, it needs to be more of a dance than an obvious like him struggling kind of thing. The water and him, the woman dancing and everything else in the water, I really like. I think it's doable as well. The silhouettes work really well with the whole band and everything. So yeah, those elements work really, really nicely. I think you can be more subtle. I don't think it needs to be like black and gold, and like you see suddenly like gold come out and then black and this and gold. But like maybe just in the costumes or slightly maybe toning it down or going completely the other way. You could do either. What I'm more, and I know this isn't going to be as helpful for feedback for the second idea, but what I like more about that is actually what it kind of links to. Again, going back to your first idea, right? You've got the ballet dancer with the chalk, right? And everything else. And then you've got this water, and then you've got this couple. There's this really nice symbolism of this dust and water, so something being really dry and dusty, and then being water and liquid. It's really nice opposing, and I think that's something that you could explore. So in your first idea, you've got this idea of the couple together. I think if you've got the performance element, and then you've got him dancing and it's dust and it's this, and her dancing and it's water and it's fluid, and then something happens with the two of them together. Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but
no,
that's a nice kind of like contrasting dances and environments to bring together, and then you can incorporate like the gold dust on him and like gold water or black water on her, and when it comes up we see in the silhouette like the black water and stuff like that So he's gold dust, she's black water, and then there's something with the two of them together, like they meet and everything else. Like I think you've got. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something there, I think, that you can play with as well. But really nice in terms of looking at just the second idea. I think silhouette's nice for the performance element. That's really nice. I think the dancing in the water, again, one dancer by themselves, maybe two, but I think one works better. I'm not sure about the tying up and dancing and everything else. I think that has to be, I think you have to look at it. I think if you do it, it needs to be, personally, I think it needs to be like I think it needs to be sort of like obscure. So it's 3 girls and 1 guy kind of thing. So it's not like that one-on-one thing. It's a bit stranger, if that makes sense. I don't know if it would work as something like suddenly having a bit of narrative in there. But good, very good. So a lot to think about, especially how